All right, everybody. Excuse the noise in the background. My mom's cooking, but I got another firearms video. Glock. Which one is this one? G19 Gen 5 Glock 19. This is my carry gun. I carry this every day when I'm off work. We're not allowed to have them on the premises at work. And here's the box. This is what you get in it. You get this to load your magazines. I have a PMag that is not Glock branded. It holds 15 rounds. So the way this thing works, if I can demonstrate. Sorry about that. I don't know how to. Oh, gotta spin it around. Like that? I think that's right. Does it not work with this magazine? Uh-oh. I might have to okay, here we go. You stick it over it like that, and then you push down, and this will feed the rounds further down into the mag here. And you slide them up on top, and you get 15 rounds. You get 3 magazines with it. So there's one. Here's the Glock branded mag. Holds 15 rounds. There's your ammo. It is loaded. I keep it loaded all the time. This is a 9mm. This is the round that was in the chamber. Then here, this little piece here, that takes the whole gun apart. You start popping out these pins that you see here. The pin there. And that will take this whole gun down all the way to the smallest piece. You might need a screwdriver for the inside parts, but this is a Gen 5. This is the latest generation. They had the Glock in 1986. The Glock 17 started it all. It's a full-size handgun. Full-size 9mm. This is a 19. Subcompact. And then you get the Glock 26, which is really small. But this was just right for me. It's not too big, but it's not too small either. There is no affirmative safety on here that you engage with your thumb or anything like that. The safeties are built inside of the firearm, inside the slide here. This is your slide stop. You can't use it unless it's opened. I will not be opening that. This is your mag release. I'll show you how that works in a minute. And you see this little lever in here on the trigger? If you do not depress that lever, the trigger will only move that far. But if you press the lever, it is unloaded completely. It's completely empty. The trigger will move, but I'm not going to squeeze it. Alright. Here's the holster I carry it in. I carry inside the waistband, right on the side of my hip right here. And it goes down into my pants. You can't even tell I have this on me. So, put the mag in. Do it like this, upside down. Push till you click. Alright. Now, if I were to pull this slide, grab it here, pull all the way back, and let go of it, it's going to go chamber around, and I can pull that trigger, and it will definitely go off. But we're not doing that. We're not going to do that. The mag release, you just press the button, it falls right out. Gotta be careful with that little thing, though, because you can bump it on your side here when you're carrying it, and accidentally press that, and the magazine will stick out about that far, and you're not in action. If you had to use it, you couldn't. But there's that, and then on the front here, it's got a rail. I can put a tactical light. I can put a laser sight on here, whatever I want. This little tab here in the middle is your takedown levers. You got one here and one on that side. The slide stop right there is ambidextrous. Here's your standard Glock sights. They're not the greatest sights in the world, but they are what they are. I mean, they work. They get the job done. But a lot of people hate Glock. They hate on them. I got this gun because of its simplicity. There's not a lot to it. And the headquarters, if it says it on here, which I'm sure it does, right? The slides are made in North Carolina now. Look at that. But Glock's headquarters is in Smyrna, Georgia. About a 2-hour drive from me. And say I have this gun for a while, or you get one that has some problems, some issues, and parts are going bad in it. You take it to Glock, you wait about 40 minutes, they'll reservice the firearm for you, go completely through this thing, and fix everything, put all new parts in it, hand it back to you, and say, thank you for choosing Glock, free of charge. Now this piece, you pop this little pin out right here. This comes off. You have interchangeable grips on the back here. Here's a beaver tail one. And then we got a medium. This is a large. I used a medium. This is a large standard. And then a large beaver tail to keep this slide when you shoot it from digging into your hand. But a lot of people say, Glocks don't fit my hand very well. I don't like how they shoot. I can't grip it good. This is how they fixed that. You can pop this pin out, change these grip panels out so that it will fit your hand a little better. Now, word of advice to anyone firing this gun. When you hold a Glock pistol or a semi-automatic pistol, you hold it just like this. Don't have your thumb up here like that. Because when you fire this gun, this slide comes back with a lot of force and a lot of speed. It will cut your thumb off like a knife through butter. Oh, look at that. I'm starting to get marks where I've had it in the holster carrying it. But it says Glock 19 Gen 5 USA. They used to be made in Austria for the slides. Then it says 9x19, which is standard 9mm. 9mm is the most popular caliber here where I live. And let's talk about that for a second. Some states in America, for the British guy that is watching these videos, some states here, they do require you to register your firearm. And then our weapons have no provision for a fully automatic fire, but there are licenses that you can get where you can own fully automatic weapons, but it's going to cost you more than you'd ever want to spend. So this gun is a semi-automatic. It holds 15 rounds. You put the magazine in, and once you cycle this slide back and forward, you pull the trigger, bang, 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 all 15 rounds. It will shoot as fast as you can squeeze that trigger. Pop, 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 pop. But a fully automatic would eat through that magazine of 15 rounds in about 2 seconds, if even that. That's the difference. We can have semi-automatic. We cannot have fully automatic. And you do have to get a permit here and in every state to carry a firearm. And I have mine. I can carry this concealed. I can carry it open. Concealed is like I carry it now in this holster inside my pants, right down by my leg. You can still see the top of it, but my shirt covers it. Then there's open carry, where you carry it on your hip, where everyone can see it. And then there's some guys that carry in the small of their back. This gun might be a little big for that. But if you want your first handgun, and you want something that's just utterly dependable and will take a beating and go through anything you can throw at it, Glock is the one. Although they were the military did adopt the Glock for a number of years. And then this last time they had the military trials for their weapons, they were beat by Sig Sauer, another handgun company brand, or handgun brand, sorry. And somehow it managed to beat the Glock. And they would carry the 17, which is the full-size version of this. And I've got a 45, that's a Glock 21, that's a full-size. We'll do a video on that too. But man, you can't really say a whole lot about Glock that hasn't already been said, I mean, you could load this gun just like it is right now, throw it under the seat of your truck for 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Pull it out because you need it, and it's gonna work for you. You're not gonna have no clicks. You're not gonna have any parts malfunctioned. It's gonna be great. And taking them apart is incredibly easy. Working on the internal parts is incredibly easy. Everything about it. It's just utilitarian, easy to understand, no complications. And the safety thing. People are like, it doesn't have a safety. It doesn't have a thumb safety here like some handguns do. Your most important safety on a firearm is between your ears, your brain. You can carry this with a round in the chamber right here, where you pull the trigger and it goes off. As long as you keep your finger just like this and keep it away from that trigger at all times, you're never going to have a problem. This gun is drop safe. You could throw this, I could throw it at the wall right here in front of me right now, and it would not fire. You could drop this off a building and it will not fire. This safety that's on this trigger has never failed me. The only way they can fire this is to depress that little lever right here. So I'm not pulling the trigger, I'm just showing. These guns are awesome. And I've carried this. I had the Gen 4, the model, the last generation before this one. My dad wanted it, so I went and got the Gen 5. But I carried that Gen 4 from 2017 until 2021. And it was the best gun I've ever had. I never had a problem out of it. I never had any kind of breakages, no kind of issues. I cleaned it regularly. Which cleaning them is very simple too. You can go to Walmart or anywhere, get you a cleaning kit. The things they changed on this, the serrations right here, that's what that's called, for cocking your slide back, they also put them up at the front here so that you can press check to see if you have a around the chamber. There is no loaded chamber indicator here. Some of them will have like a little hole right here on top of the slide, and you'll be able to see the brass sticking out of the chamber. But Glock don't have that. That's what this up here is for. You can pull it halfway back just enough to see that, oh yeah, I've got one in there. And then close it back up and put it back on your side. And loaded, fully loaded, it weighs probably about 16 ounces, 20 ounces, somewhere like that. And unloaded is featherweight. You can't even tell you have it. And some guns, like some of these handguns, they don't have this plastic frame like this one does. They have a metal steel frame. You carry that around for a while, and then you go to carrying something like this, it is night and day. Get rid of that there. But I just wanted to do a video on this gun. It's really cool. I've got 3 Glocks. I've got this one, I've got my 45, and a little Glock 22 pistol, which we'll do a video on as well. And I still get asked, this guy at work today asked me, how many guns do you have? And I told him, and he was like, what do you need all that for? And I was like, dude, I have this for carry. All these other firearms in here, these shotguns, are home defense. The 22 rifle up top behind me is for going outside, plinking quietly, shooting things, and you're not going to drive your neighbors insane. Hunting rifles that are right up here, I never know. I might have to someday go out in the woods and procure my own food. You never know what's going to happen out here. And then, what else we got? Let's see. I think that's about it. The 22 pistol, the Glock 22 pistol, I have for trigger time to practice because it is the exact same gun as this. It's just a smaller caliber, way smaller caliber. There is no recoil when you shoot it. It doesn't kick. This one does a little bit. It'll kind of pop your hand about like that. It's not nothing terrible. But the 22, you shoot that, you don't even feel it. And you can get great trigger time. Learn how to properly line up your sights when you're aiming at your target and everything, and it's really cheap. It's a lot cheaper than slinging down, 50 of these downrange. Because a box of 9mm right now, look at how small that round is. You get 50 in a box. It costs you about $40. 30 at the cheapest. But I love this gun. And Glock, man, they're top notch. The police here in my state carry Glock for a long time. I believe they switched back to the Beretta now. But they carried the Glock 22, which is a 40 caliber. A little bit bigger than this one. So, the numbers here on the Glocks, if you see one. Glock 19. And people think, like, the Glock 17 is called a Glock 17 because it holds 17 rounds. No. Mr. Glock, the guy that invented this, was an Austrian tool maker. And the Austrian military said, we need a firearm. What can you do for us? He made this. This is a tool that shoots bullets. And these numbers, the 19, the 17, the 21, 22, is his individual patents for each of these. So there's some information about that. It does come with paperwork. Usually it'd be right up under this styrofoam here. But I have all that stored away. What else can I say about it? Oh, the trigger here. The trigger is about a 5-pound pull. And I can see how people would be a little nervous carrying this with around in the chamber here. Because 5 pounds of pressure, you're gonna pop. You're gonna go off. And God, man, you don't want that to happen. But, I mean, they talk about the discharges, like the accidental discharge. I accidentally shot my room. Shot my closet door. I've heard of people that have killed car doors. I've heard of people that have killed refrigerators. And shooting like 30 caliber rifles through the roof of their house. You're going to have a gun go off at some point, no matter how long you've been playing with guns. You're going to have one go off when you don't intend on it at some point. Now, luckily, I can knock on some wood here. That's never happened to me. Not yet. But I have a feeling it will someday. But yeah, I went in. I looked on YouTube at different handguns because I was thinking about getting me one. I bought my shotgun first. My Mossberg. It was a different one than what I showed on YouTube. But I bought that first. And then I was like, well, I want to get me a handgun. So I went looking. And I found this. The Gen 4 version of this that my dad has now. At a pawn shop. Brand new. And it was like $500. And I was like, can I put that on layaway? And they were like, yeah, and I paid it off. Finally paid it off and got it and kept it. And then I went to get this one. Last year, I got this one. It's the same gun that I previously paid $500 for in 2017. When I bought this gun, it was almost $700. That is how much the price is fluctuating with these. And Glock, everywhere you go, you can look online right now. Every Glock 19 that you find on there will be a different price. They constantly fluctuate up and down. So if you see one, anybody out here, if you see one for $4.99 or something like that, no matter what caliber, what size, grab it up. Because you're going to be hard pressed to find one under that. Or under even $550 right now. I don't know if it's the COVID or what's happened, but something has driven the prices of these and most all guns sky high. It's crazy. I do have a mag pouch that I have for it. It has my 2 extra mags in it. This will come with, usually when you buy them new, they come with this. The interchangeable grips here. and 3 magazines. 3 15-round mags. This one I bought at a gun store just to have an extra one. It holds 15. Oh, and it comes with this too. This takes your gun apart. This is what you pound your, you push your pins back in with, and it's labeled Glock. And if you look right here, they got warning labels everywhere, man. Do not store a loaded firearm. That's what they tell you in there. If you're gonna have the gun put up, make sure you don't load it. Leave it unloaded, someone could hurt themselves. Like I said, guys, yes, that is very true. Someone can hurt themselves with this, or any firearm. But the most important piece of safety with a firearm is between your ears, your brain. If you use your head right, you're not going to have a problem. And a lot of people want to carry a firearm around because I want to be Billy Badass and show people, don't mess with me, I'll shoot you. That's the wrong mentality. Don't ever do that. Because I can tell you what, I have heard of this happening to people. There was a guy I heard about in this state, actually, that walked up to this dude. They were fussing at a gas station or somewhere like that. And he was like, yo, man, I got this on me. I'll freaking shoot you. And that guy pulled his gun out and shot him. Right then and there. He got the wrong one. And I was like, wow. And that's why you don't do that, man. You carry this. Most people, the reason I carry it, and most people would carry a gun, is for defense in the appropriate situation. And it will also allow you to keep a cool head so that you don't panic in some crazy situation that may arise. But I'll continue to carry this gun. It is amazing. I've shot it. I've probably put 2.5 boxes of ammo through it. And it's perfect. Not a single issue. I really love this thing. And another thing, like, people asking about how, why do you have so many guns? It's like guitar, Every gun is different. Every gun looks different. Every gun feels different. Every gun shoots different. And every gun does a different thing. They serve a different purpose. Just like guitars, They look different. A lot of them feel a lot different. And they serve the purpose of different tunings. It's kind of the same thing. But I can tell you this. Being a collector of firearms and guitars, firearms is a little more expensive. I mean, yeah, I spent $3,000 in the last 3 months on my Ibanez guitars. There's no telling how much money I've got sitting in all these firearms I own. It's probably at least that. At least. But anyway, I'm rambling on now. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm not going to operate the gun in any way, because if I do, I could slip up right here on YouTube and fire it and not mean to. But I'll try at some point to do a disassembly video on it. And you know how I was talking about in my 300 Win Mag video that I don't like to dry fire my weapons because it can crystallize the firing pin and you run into money? Well, part of Glock's disassembly process is to dry fire the weapon first. So, let's do that one more time. I haven't really went into the full details of the safeties in here. So we have this trigger safety right here. If you don't depress this lever, the trigger does not pull. See, I'm squeezing the heck out of it. Now, if you look up in here, you can't see it. If I were to take this slide off, you'd see a little plunger in there. There's a striker that sits right behind this plastic piece. And that's what strikes your primer on your round, which is this back part in the middle. Your striker hits that. Gases build up in here. Sends the round out the muzzle. But they have a block. That plunger blocks this striker from moving that's in here. So you can drop this, you can throw it, and it will not fire unless you make it fire. You have to make it fire. So that's the safeties. There's one other safety. I just can't remember what it does. I think it's another level of like drop safety. Oh yeah, that's right, it is. Because on the older handguns, the muzzle here, if you drop the gun on the floor facing down like this, it could potentially go off due to inertia. That Glock fixed that with the safeties in here. But if you take like a 45, like a 1911, like an old school Colt, and you drop it on the muzzle like that, just down like this, there's a good chance it's going to go off and put a hole through your floor. Or put a hole through your foot. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. I got to get this back into carry condition. So let's talk about that. What it's in right now is hot. Hot mag, empty chamber. So that's condition 1. Condition 2. Hold on! I'll be there in a minute! Condition 2 is round in the chamber. Hot chamber. With a loaded mag. And then this one does not have the third condition because it doesn't have a safety on it. But if you were to have a safety here and you have that safety engaged and the gun is cocked, they call that carrying it cocked and locked, ready to go. All you'd have to do if it had a safety is pull it out of the holster, flip your thumb down, bang. But on this, you don't have that. All you have to do is out of the holster, straight forward like that, bang. You're ready to go as soon as that round's in that chamber. There's no extra steps to take. So if you have someone coming after you and they're determined to get you, you can act faster with this if you need to. And like I say in all my videos, I hope I never ever have to do that. So I thank you guys for watching, and I enjoyed making this. Man, it's been almost 30 minutes. Holy crap. But I had a lot to say about the good old Glock. Oh yeah, one other thing. I keep thinking of stuff. So you'll shoot this gun, right? You get 15 rounds. Once that 15th round is out, the gun locks open. The slide will stay back. And there's a little orange piece on the magazine. Way down in here. You can't see it because I have it loaded. But that orange sticks up in the top here to let you know, hey, your firearm is empty. You need to reload. Pretty cool. Pretty cool little thing that Glock did. And they used to just be black. And you just see pure blackness in here. But some people, I guess, couldn't tell. I don't have no more ammo. So they decided to change that. But thank you guys for watching. I hope that people enjoy this. And maybe glean some information out of it. A little more safety stuff about guns. And guys, guns aren't bad. It pisses me off so much that people want to sit here and say, oh, guns kill people. I've been sitting here this whole time discussing this firearm. Has it done anything? Has it suddenly turned itself around and shot me in the chest? No. Guns don't kill people. It's the people behind it. The only way this gun is going to hurt anybody is if I pick it up right now, walk out of here, and shoot someone with it. And the media loves. I'm probably going to get in trouble for what I'm about to say, but the media likes to look at these evil black weapons. That's a fully automatic Glock 18. No, it's not. We, as civilians, cannot own the Glock 18. It is like this. It's the 17, but it's a fully automatic Glock. And it comes with a 33 round magazine. And yeah, we can't own that. It's illegal. Just like the rifles. The rifles, like what's up here? The 22-inch barrel is illegal. You can cut it down, I think, to 20. 20 is the minimum that they allow you before before you get in trouble. Shotguns, anything from 30 to 18 and a half is legal here in my state. And probably anywhere in the US. But interestingly enough, see how this gun holds? It holds 15 rounds, right? Well, back in 1994, a crime bill, or not a gun bill, or I guess you can call it, crime bill, was passed that guns like this could only hold 10 rounds. That was in effect until 2004 is when the sunsetted, which means it went out of effect. And these magazines, you can buy these at a gun store right now for $30. And they're Glock branded and everything. But back then, if you wanted to buy one of these when that crime bill was going on, you would pay at least $100 to $175 for one. Crazy. And now they're getting so strong with trying to get so strong with the gun control stuff, man. It's not the guns. It's the people. Like I said, I could take this out right now, shoot somebody. That would be the only way this gun would hurt anybody. And the gun isn't responsible for it. It's my action. So anyway, I don't want to go into a tangent or sound like some sort of crazy person to most people. But be safe with your firearms. If you want a Glock, go to a gun range and rent you one. Check it out. Feel of it. See how it fits your hand, kind of feel of it and get a grip for it. And if it feels weird to you, like it ain't working, pop this little pin out with this piece right here. It goes down in here like that. And you push down. I'm not going to do it, but you push down on it. There's another pin. Uh-oh. Did I lose it? I think I did. Oh, crap. That's not good. Wait, did I? Oh, damn, dude. I lost that pin. Oh, well. I don't ever intend to go back to the original anyways. But there's a shorter pin. Supposed to be a shorter pin. That goes in here without this grip on it. That I replaced. I got the longer one that comes in here. That's how you get this attached. So check your one out. And choose the right caliber for you, what you want. Just because most people get a 9 doesn't mean you have to. Just because most people buy the 19 doesn't mean you have to. Pick what Glock feels best for you and what you want. And that way, when you get it home and you start practicing in your yard, you can feel comfortable from the first shot to the last. Okay, so talking about that. One more thing here. And I'll be done, I swear. Where I live at right now, I got my first gun, got my Mossberg, and I was like, I wonder if I can shoot in my backyard. And I was looking around online, and I was like, okay, let me call the non-emergency 911 and see if I'm able to shoot down here without, any issues from the police or anything. And they told me, yes, you can, as long as you're not aiming at someone's house and you know what you're shooting at and what you're shooting into and all that. So we cleared that up. I take this bad boy out, the 270 right there in the middle, the tan one. I was gonna make sure it's gonna work, And so I shoot it twice. And my neighbor, right over here from me, comes outside and he says, you gotta warn somebody before you pull the trigger on something like that. And I was like, warn somebody? If somebody's breaking into my house, I'm not gonna warn nobody. But anyway, that's just a funny story. I'll get into that later when I do the video on this rifle here. But go out and pick you up one of these Glocks. Pick you any caliber. They have this color. They have black. They have desert sand, which looks kind of brownish. And a bunch of other options. They got military spec stuff. Police stuff. You can get police trade-ins. Pretty cheap. They're not shot a lot. They're just carried in the holster a lot. So they might have some scuffs up here. But go out and pick you up one. Check out a Glock. If you don't like Glock, maybe you like Smith & Wesson. So, the Smith & Wesson SD9 VE, the value enhanced version. That gun, I'm not dogging Smith & Wesson in any way here. I love that company. They're a great company. It is a carbon copy of this gun. Everything in here in the slide is exactly the same. So much so that Glock sued Smith & Wesson over that firearm. And now every time Smith sells one of those SD9s, they have to give Glock $10 for royalties. So anyway, go out and pick you up a pistol. Try to find you a good one. If you get you a Glock, that's great. If not, hey, get what you want to get. I just wanted to put this out there for the subscriber that asked for the videos on the guns, and there'll be more coming. And I hope that you guys enjoyed. I hope I didn't ramble on like a crazy person or anything like that. And thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you want to. It would be appreciated.